crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadroo.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. All right, silver had a nice little pop today. It's rare. It popped. The reason it pops is it jumps over the 50-day moving average. As you can see right here, that's what they're playing with right now. I don't think they're going to get the 100-day moving average, which is down in the $21 range. But the 50-day just got breached. So you see something like this. It's all a game. It's all done with computers and derivatives. It's all ridiculous. Has nothing to do with supply and demand, obviously. But that's the game we've been playing for 50 years. 50 years on the COMEX of price manipulation with computers. Before that, they had various other ways to rig the price of silver. It's sad, but it's what we live with these days in America. The lovely America, where criminals don't go to jail. Amazing how that happens. And we wonder why it's such a cluster right now. Trump, you brought this on yourself. You didn't send the people to jail you said you were going to. Everybody's like, oh, no, Bix, you don't understand. After he gets in his second term, he's going to send him to jail. Well, that's fine, but all this chaos wouldn't have happened had he put him in jail originally. So, yeah, I smash on Trump every once in a while. I know he's dealing with more than I can possibly understand, which is fine. But the good thing is you've got, what is that, about a little over 30 days for the Q movement, that entire world that says, no, there's more going on behind the scenes. And I absolutely believe it. But they've only got 30 days to prove it, and then it's over. If Trump doesn't get reelected and the Biden group takes over, America is done, and it was all bullshit. So at least we have a time frame. We don't have to sit around waiting for, no, what about 2024 that Trump will get elected? Trump won't be alive if he doesn't win this election. Trump, his family, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren will all be killed. I hate to tell you, but that's what's going on. They would not risk another Trump presidency. Excuse me. So, yeah, that's where we stand. We are at, with silver and gold. You notice, I mean, it's not hard to tell it's on a computer program. Just look at the charts. They don't both react for the same reason. There is no reason for any of this. They'll make up a reason, but there is no reason. These are computer programs. It triggers to push the price up or down. And that's why you get exactly identical charts in gold and silver. Every once in a while, it'll vary. But very few times does it vary from, they both go up at the same time and down at the same time. But look at this. It hit 24.51 and it wobbled right there. Look at the gold. The silver and gold, they're exactly the same. How doesn't the CFTC understand that they're both rigged on the same computer programs? Pathetic. Anyway, so yes, we got another break of the 50-day moving average. It happened right here back on November 5th. Jumped up and then they slammed it back down. It barely happened on November 16th and then they slammed it back down. And we're up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Right now, the 50-day moving average is at $24 and we're at 24. What are we at? 24.61. All right, here's the next thing. It's not a big thing they're looking at, but the 100-day moving average would basically be a good confirmation, that for the tech traders. So then they'll start piling in, and then there's only one question left. Do the banks, the criminal riggers, short into the rise? After it blows by, say, $25, let's see, where are we at? $25 is where the 100-day moving average is. After it blows by the 100-day moving average, the tech traders get in, and will the big banks, the criminal banking cabal, the riggers, short into the rise? That's what they've done for the past 50 years since the computers took over. Will it happen again? Now, the reason I think it's not going to happen is this is the first year that these guys have taken losses. They've never taken losses in 50 years. This is the first year in silver that they've taken a loss. So do they want to be on that short side of silver at this point in time? I think they're insane. The only reason to do it would be to control the monetary system. They can't do it for profit reasons. Profit reasons, they want to be long. Like JP Morgan's very long on physical and about flat on the COMEX contracts. Yes, they rigged the price for 8 years, keeping the price low so they can take physical, just like we did, except we don't have the criminal power that JP Morgan has. Remember, back in the 2008, 9, 10, 11, we're all screaming about Blythe Masters and Jamie Dimon rigging the price, and we're saying, take physical off the market, take physical off the market. Well, who did it? Who did that thing that we requested that they do? JP Morgan, Blythe Masters, and Jamie Dimon. That's why when silver goes up, they'll be the largest benefactor. And I know all the other criminal cabal guys like HSBC, Scotiabank, Citibank, Bank of America, who have short positions are like, damn, I wish I was in JP Morgan's position to benefit. Do I think it'll happen that silver will go to $500-$600 on the COMEX? No, it can't happen. The reason it can't happen is too big to fail banks would go to zero and destroy the whole monetary system. So I'm looking for a COMEX shutdown. We're looking for a COMEX shutdown. We've already started to see shutdowns and glitches. They'll first call them glitches, and then there'll be shutdowns on all markets. Right now, it is Robinhood. Here's an article from Zero Hedge. Trading volumes plunge as interactive brokers Robinhood suffer major outages. Now, Robinhood is all the little guys. All the little guys, day traders go on there. Idiots. They don't even know what's headed their way. Everything you have on an exchange will go to zero. Remember that. Everything you have on an exchange will go to zero. That's why I'm like, there's no reason to plan the slam down in gold and silver and in cryptos. There's no reason, because you won't have your money in an exchange to take advantage of it. And if you do, you will lose it. If they crash, all the exchanges are going to freeze up. Even the U.S. stock market, the bond market, the commodity markets, the foreign exchange markets, everything. So that's why silver can't go to $500 on the COMEX, because the losses for the too big to fail banks they'd be out of business instantly, which creates a domino effect on all banks. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, right now, really interesting time. Again, we're looking for the, where to go? There it is, the 100-day moving average. It's not a big deal, but it's more confirmation, so all the tech funds get in. And then we're watching to see who's shorting, who is selling after it breaks the 100-day moving average. That's going to be the key. All right, crypto's doing all right, just kind of muddling around. Litecoin hanging at $85. I think Litecoin will play a very large role in the future. Bitcoin will be around only because of one thing. It was the first. It has the name association, network effect, things like that. Not because it's so great. I think it's pretty much obsolete now. Bitcoin can be used as a store of value, and that's it. But hey, it's supposedly the best store of value. I don't think it is, but that's what a lot of the Bitcoin maximalists like to say. It's only Bitcoin. That's it. Meanwhile, so many other cryptocurrencies are out there actually doing something. Bitcoin can't even be used as money because it's too slow. So I'm just saying. I do want to comment on the Theta announcement for December 10th. I talk about this on the private road in my special Theta update. Theta is not calling this. They're introducing smart contracts on December 10th. Theta's not saying, oh, we're not competing against Ethereum. They keep saying that. We're not competing against Ethereum. We need smart contracts to reward people, for people to build things on the video streaming side. Well, that's all fine and good, Theta. But if by accident or on purpose, you invented something better than Ethereum, at least at the time being. Now, Ethereum has these huge plans. Ethereum 2.0. I looked into Ethereum staking. You got to lock up your Ethereum for 2 years? Are you ridiculous? No. So here's my idea, and I want to talk to, because Ethereum and Theta, the programmers, it's the same language they use to program. It's so easy to port over from all these Ethereum tokens, every token that's based off Ethereum can move over to Theta really easy. The transactions are practically free. It's 100,000ths of a penny right now for a transaction, whereas Ethereum on busy days, it's ridiculous. And it's, 15 times faster. Yes, I'm not kidding you. When this happens, even if it's not a permanent change, now I'm talking to all of you Ethereum lovers, and I was one too. They just took too long for their upgrades. And it's still looking like 2 years before everything gets implemented for Ethereum 2.0. What about in the meantime, while Ethereum programmers are trying to figure out how to get to Ethereum 2.0, how about everybody on Ethereum go over to the Theta blockchain, which is faster and cheaper using the same language? Why not? Think about it. Look at the Ethereum market cap, $67 billion. It's 10 times what the Theta market cap is right now. And Theta is 15 times better as far as speed. And cost 1,000 times, 10,000 times better as far as cost. So just think about it. All you just Ethereum lovers, think about it. Think about it. And oh, by the way, they're creating more and more Ethereum every day, whereas with Theta, there's no more Theta being created. All 1 billion Theta tokens are out there. Theta Fuel, they're creating more, 5% per year. That's part of the infrastructure, how people will be incentivized to share their broadband, to create Internet 2.0. Anyway, I'm just telling you right now, I'm throwing this out there. I heard there's a lot of Ethereum programmers who are actually moving to Theta right now to program on Theta, on the Theta blockchain. The more and more people learn that, oh my God, the Theta smart contracts are better, faster, and cheaper than the Ethereum smart contracts, at least for now. And it's easy to port back and forth. A computer programmer, it would take a couple hours. I don't even know if it'd take a couple hours to change. And yes, I remember when Reggie changed from the Bitcoin blockchain to the Ethereum blockchain, it wasn't really hard to do. And these are tokens built on Ethereum, can easily port over to Theta, and you'll be doing your customers a very, very, very good thing. Why? Because it's 15 times faster, and oh, by the way, it's thousands of times, tens of thousands of times cheaper. It's free, practically. It costs right now to do one transaction on Theta. It costs, I think it's 100,000ths of a cent. So basically, it's free. Anyway, keep that in mind. December 10th, we'll be talking about it. I know Theta doesn't want to talk about it, but I don't mind talking about it. They invented something that is better than Ethereum. So there you go. All right. Again, keep an eye out for exchanges shutting down, glitches, stuff like that. It's in the crypto viewing data. I think it's all coming down to the next 30 days or so. With the whole, 30 to 50 days, like 20 plus, 40 days till whoever gets not put in the president, if we even have a president. That's the other thing. This might be the end of the United States as far as a president, which would mean the end of a lot of these Congress critters, which might be a good thing. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, it's just not going to be sane from here on out. Right now, they're trying to get a spending bill done to last a week. Congress eyes a 1-week spending bill to avert a shutdown. They're not even good. Let's just say they agree on this for 1 week. It's not likely, but let's just say they do agree on a spending bill that just allows 1 week of money. Then what happens? Then you get to right around Election Day, or the nomination. And they're going for $900 billion pandemic relief. That's assuming Congress can agree, and Congress can't agree on anything. Imagine what happens when the certification doesn't go well for Biden on December 14th. Imagine if some of the electors can't certify the election. You think they'll ever agree on a $908 billion spending package? No. You think they'll ever agree to any kind of spending? No. And that, again, we get into the remote viewer guys when were reviewing the death of the dollar. One of the main things Dick Allgaier saw was people outside congressmen with their head in their hands. And it was over. Congress was over. I'm not joking. This is pretty serious stuff going on, and we get to live through it in the next 40 days. insane. Here's a kind of a roadmap to where it is. They're trying to change all these things within the presidential deadline. Days you want to look at and keep an eye on are December 14th is the last day for counting popular votes and filing certificates of ascertainment. Certificates of ascertainments. The certificates must list the names of the electors chosen by the voters and number of voters received in the popular vote. Everything is up in the air right now, especially with all the fraud on the election is obvious now. It is seen, there's videotape. Videotape of it is very powerful. And we saw it in action. Just one place. Imagine hundreds of places around the country doing the same thing. From what I hear, the vote was around 40 million votes for Biden, 80 million votes for Trump. That's a big rig. Most of it done with the computer, Dominion software, and things like that. After that, after the 14th, we are looking at January 6th, I believe. December 23rd, certificates must be delivered to the designated officials. Failure to deliver certificates by December 23rd. If the certificates from any state have not been delivered by December 23rd, the president of the Senate, which is Pence, or their absence, the archivist, is required to request the Secretary of State or equivalent officer in the state to send one of the copies they hold to the president of the Senate, blah, blah, blah. And then January 6th, we have the joint session of Congress to count the electoral votes and declare election results. That's when they meet. And if they can't agree, it goes to challenges of the electoral vote. Ultimately, in the end, it goes to the specific state, and their congressmen in the state can vote for one way or the other. If it gets to that, and in that situation where the states vote for who's going to be president, because it's so foobarred that nobody knows, each state's electors vote, and the Republicans have far more states, individual states, than the Democrats. Each state gets one vote. One vote. So Trump would be elected. Very interesting. Then you'll have a quarter of the United States population upset because Biden didn't get in. 3/4 will be saying, finally some justice. So it's not half and half. Remember that. But the media has made it so they're playing it like it's half the country loves Trump, half the country loves Biden. The media plays it like everybody loves Biden and no one loves Trump. Clearly, more than half the country loves Trump. And then we get to the 20th, the presidential inauguration. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't think the markets, being that they are so corrupt and so dependent upon stability, you cannot rig a market in a destabilized government. So hang on to your gold and silver, please. That's ultimately all you can do. Hang on to your gold, silver, and cryptos through the chaos. And think in your head, these exchanges are not going to be up and running. We're not going to know the price of Bitcoin. We're not going to know the price of silver or gold. We're going to think, oh my God, I got to get some more, but we won't be able to get it because nobody knows what the price is. That's what happens when these exchanges shut down. And all the exchanges, if there's a banking collapse, all the exchanges shut down. And then they start back up. Obviously, XRP goes to zero. Yeah, XRP is not a banking coin. Everybody calls it a banking coin. It is not a banker coin. As a matter of fact, the bankers don't even like XRP. They hate it. You think the BIS or the Federal Reserve System will allow something like XRP that was started by two bankers and got a couple of their buddies to sign on to it? You think that the Fed would adopt that? No, they won't. They'll just do their own. The BIS, are you kidding me? And their connections to the crypto cabal, and it's just, hey, ride that horse until it bucks you up. Road to Ruta, remember this. All you Road to Ruta followers. When XRP bucks off the rider, it goes to zero. And if you can plan it fast enough, because I do think it'll go up. It'll continue to go up as long as the bad guys are in charge. But the moment the banks collapse, XRP goes to zero, will you have been out of it? No way. As things go up, people jump in. There's so many people who haven't analyzed XRP that end up in tears. But hey, that's the road to take. I think there is morality in investing. But that's just me. And that because I've seen it. I've lived that world. And in the end, you got to stick to your principles and your morals because it does matter in the end. And the end might be years away. It might be decades away. But ultimately, good triumphs over evil. And that's where we're headed. We're headed for a crazy time, but the good will triumph over evil in the near future. It's Bix Weir, roadtour.com. Talk to you later.